All right, we ended up hitting one partial today, and then we got stopped at a break even. Okay, this has been a month that's been testing me. We already know this. But again, we're building our way a little bit out of drawdown. All right, today's overall trade would have got us out of drawdown a good amount. But again, we're slowly chipping away. Okay, not a big day. We made around $1,000. Like it was $45 per account, some $47, and we'll show that. I'll make my face smaller so you guys don't have to look at my ugly face. But again, yesterday was a break-even trade. I didn't go over yesterday's trade recap. It was a busy day. I got home really late, so again, I'm gonna miss out on that. If you want to go watch that, go watch my live session. But again, we ended up hitting a trade today. It was, again, I think I did the math on my calculator before. I was supposed to hit $194 per account, but we ended up making $47 per account because the last runner didn't hit, and we got stopped at a break even. So this is the trade we ended up hitting today. I ended up taking this first partial because ES was coming up and about to take out these hourly highs. I took it around this wick right here because, again, as you can see, I thought ES was going to take these hourly highs. But again, it ended up edging it, and we got this giant dip down on NASDAQ. If we go to the 1 minute time frame on ES, we could probably see it a little bit better. But again, this move down ended up being this move down over here on NASDAQ, and we ended up getting stopped out at break even. Which was right here, right? Ended up getting stopped out at break even. We'll go to the 1 minute time frame just so we can look better. Ended up getting stopped out at break even right here. Price ended up running back up a little bit. Still didn't hit our take profits. Anyway, would have been stopped out at break even if we let it run. But again, draws and liquidity were correct for the day. Okay, they were correct. But again, price didn't do what we wanted to do today. So let's go back and rewind what we did today and why I took this trade. So we go replay mode. We'll go on NASDAQ. I took this trade on NASDAQ. And I'll help you understand why once we get there, correct? All right, so coming in to market open. All right, that red line is where I took, where my stop loss was. We'll X this out. So coming into market open, we could see on market open, price decided to just dump, right? So price decided to dump. We've had London session lows down here. We ended up taking out London session lows on both indexes. But as we could see on the higher time frame, let's go to the higher time frame. We'll go to the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, we were respecting this 4 hour bullish fair value gap over here on ES, and we were also respecting this 4 hour bullish fair value gap right here on NASDAQ, correct? If we also scaled onto the hourly time frame, we could see we had 2 hourly fair value gaps. We had the first presented hourly fair value gap here, this fair value gap. Same thing over here on NASDAQ. We had a first presented, and then we also had this fair value gap also that we ended up filling. Okay, so as we could see, price decided to dip down. I bet a lot of people were bearish at this point. They were going to try and target Asian session lows. They thought we were probably going to continue lower, but I didn't want to short in a 4 hour bullish fair value gap and 2 hourly bullish fair value gaps. Okay, I rather waited for the move for if we swept out Asian session lows, which I really wanted to get, and then start to continue higher, but we didn't end up getting that. So as we could see, price ends up starting to skyrocket back up here. So we end up forming a 5 minute bearish fair value gap, and I want to see if we were going to respect it and continue lower. If we can also look over here on ES, correct? We'll take out equilibrium. I wanted to see if we were going to break structure to the upside in the 5 minute time frame, correct? We could see we mark out our most recent high. We end up breaking structure on the 5 minute time frame. I wanted to see if we're going to inverse this 5 minute fair value gap. Reason why I didn't take this trade is we did break structure on the 5 minute time frame on ES, but we didn't inverse this 5 minute bearish fair value gap yet. Okay, I wasn't comfortable taking this trade yet because we can see if we zoom in very, very, very close, we end up closing right on it. I thought we still had the potential to maybe continue lower. So I didn't take this trade right off this inverse fair value gap, I guess you could say. Again, it would have been a 62-point stop loss for me to be comfortable and target these highs above, which would have been an awesome trade. But again, I didn't take this trade. A lot of people took this trade. They were already scaled down to the 1 minute time frame, which I could see if you scale down to the 1 minute. We inverse all these fair value gaps. We scale down. We respect this fair value gap. We didn't end up breaking structure yet on the 1 minute time frame. I was waiting for price to inverse this 5 minute fair value gap or break structure in the 5 minute time frame because ES did, correct? So as we can see, we'll skip forward. Price ends up coming up. We end up getting our 5 minute break of structure. I don't see any retraces at this point, correct? So I'm waiting for price to have a retrace. I wait for a 5 minute fair value gap to form. We end up getting a 5 minute bullish fair value gap right here. We'll mark this out. 5 minute bullish fair value gap. At this point, I personally think we're going to come and take out these 4 hour highs. We have a bunch of low resistance draws and liquidity. They're higher time frame draws also. I wanted to take these out. So as we could see, I needed to wait for my 5-minute retrace, which is a 5-minute candle closure. We end up coming down into this 5-minute bullish fair value gap, correct? We could see over here on ES also. We come in 10.05, correct? 10.05, yep. So we're going to scale down. 10.05, we could see that ES comes down. We end up touching equilibrium, which made me comfortable to take this trade. We come down, we touch equilibrium, we fill in this 5-minute bullish fair value gap. I decided to scale down to the 1-minute time frame on both indexes. You can go watch the live trading session, but I decided to take this trade on NASDAQ, and I'll explain why. Just give me a little second. But we'll scale down to the 1-minute time frame. I wanted to see us come back down. We end up coming down in this 5-minute bearish bullish fair value gap. What do we end up creating? A 1-minute bearish fair value gap. So I want to see an inverse fair value gap break a structure to the upside. So what do we get? As we can see, we're coming up. Bang. We get an inverse fair value gap, and we get a break of structure. Okay? Break of structure right here. Boom. And then we get an inverse fair value gap to the upside. Okay? Personally, what I've been waiting for is an inverse fair value gap break of structure to the upside. We respected a 5-minute fair value gap. We're bullish on the higher time frame. We're bullish on the 5-minute time frame. We're bullish on the 15-minute time frame. This trade looked good for me. What draws and liquidity can we target above? We had these 4-hour draws above, this hourly, and another 4-hour. But again, I took this trade on NASDAQ because you can see over here, this candle closure is at 10.09. So 10.09 over here on ES. We didn't break structure to the upside yet. So I decided to take this trade on NASDAQ. So this was my first entry, putting my stop below this low right here. So a 45-point stop. First take profit would have been around a 1-to-1. Second take profit I was comfortable taking for a 53-point trade would have been a 1 to 1.7. But I ended up moving my stop loss up, and I will show you why. I wanted extra confirmation. So as you can see, I entered in 1 micro on this trade. We formed this 1-minute bullish fair value gap. We also have these 2 other 1-minute bullish fair value gaps down below. So I thought we had some room to be protected, correct? So as we could see, boom, boom. I wanted a little bit more confirmation for us to enter in another position size. So we end up coming down into this 1-minute bullish fair value gap. I want a 1-minute bullish candle closure out of it. Boom. We end up getting a 1-minute bearish candle closure out of this fair value gap, correct? I enter another position here. When I enter another position here, I end up moving my stop loss below this fair value gap, right, where it was created, this wick right here, reducing it to a 37-point stop loss, okay? So first entry, second entry, first take profit, second take profit, correct? So now the overall trade's around a 1 to 1.5, okay? I was comfortable taking that. I was comfortable targeting these draws and liquidity. I thought it was going to be a good trade. I thought we were going to run up. So as we can see, this was a very long trade. We almost get stopped out. Price comes back down. Price comes back up. We end up coming back up above these highs. I see we end up closing above these highs. I decide, I'm going to X this 1 box out so we don't get confused here. I decide to move my stop loss right up to below these lows, right? Move it below these lows. Now we're preventing less risk. I was accepting the loss already. I thought I was going to get stopped out. Price continues back up. We end up forming this fair value gap here. I end up moving my stop loss up very slowly, right? Just to manage my loss on this trade. So again, price is coming up to here. We could see we get up to around 1046, correct? So where's 1046? Yep, 1046 is right here. I honestly thought this hourly high was going to get taken. I could have taken this trade a little bit, this take profit a little bit early, which I did. But again, it kind of helped me secure profits, okay? But again, I was fine with missing out on, what is this, 0.5? Yeah, 0.5 points. Okay, it's not even a point. So I took my first take profit right here instead of leaving it at this high. And just because we were in this trade for about 45 minutes to like an hour or something like that, it was crazy. I decided to move my full take profit to this 4-hour high up here. So again, I ended up taking my first take profit. We ended up forming a 5-minute bullish fair value gap right here, right? I thought, okay, if price wants to retrace, we're going to come into that 5-minute bullish fair value gap. We'll probably respect it, so I'm going to move my stop loss to break even because I secured 1 partial, correct? As we can see, price ends up just dumping down, stopping us out, respecting this 1-minute bullish fair value gap we have here, and then price ends up continuing up higher again. But again, we still wouldn't hit our full take profit. We would have came close, but overall, we ended up with us being stopped out if we held it back at break even anyway, which we probably would have trailed our stop loss. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But again, as we could see, price ends up coming back down, and as in the beginning of the entire video, we could see that the draws on liquidity were correct, okay? Price ends up coming back up. We end up taking out all these draws on liquidity, all these 4-hour highs, which I really wanted to target. But again, that is part of trading. it is what it is. We took a partial. I think I managed the trade very well. Again, I missed out on that first opportunity, but me personally, I didn't see an opportunity to take a trade. I wanted to see that 5 minute get inversed, which we didn't inverse it. It closed like right in that fair value gap. And again, I was scaled down to the 1 minute time frame. I never saw a retracement on the 1 minute time frame if we go down to it. By the time we inverse that fair value gap, as we could see, we inverse this fair value gap at like this candle right here. I was marking out these 1 minute fair value gaps. The only retrace that we got was the one where I entered. And again, I was just waiting for extra confirmation because I am still in drawdown. All right. So overall, I think it was a solid trade. I think we managed it correctly because we were about to get stopped out. But as we could see, we made around $47 per account. The time when I took my first partial, we were around $110 to $120. I forget what it was, but I think it was around $110 to $120 per account. We were going to target $190 per account if we were to put our take profit all the way up to here. So we probably would have made around $150 per account if we hit our full take profit, which is okay. But again, we secured our profit and we chipped a little bit of our ways back with that the losses that we've had. So again, now we're down 9.4K on the month. We were down, I think, 16K at one point on this month. Again, not my best month, but again, as you can see on the chart over here, we're slowly building back up. We still have a 55% win rate, a 1 to 1.9 risk to reward. This is my overall stats for the last like 8 to 9 months. Again, we still got to get my average win to loss ratio back up, but we're just working on it and getting better every single day and just following my system, trusting the long term. And I am going to make a video on how to deal with losses, how to deal with losing months in the trader's roadmap to help you guys and girls, understand how to just deal with losses and stop rushing the process and keep moving slowly and building your accounts over time. So again, not a big day. Overall, now I think I'm currently down around $425 per account on the month, which isn't bad. It looks like a lot because we have 20 accounts, but again, I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush to build these accounts. I'm in no rush to get a payout. I'm going to get these accounts out of the trailing drawdown, and we're going to build them. And my plan is to keep building them and building them and building them and then securing monthly income every single month and doing the right things while building my live account at the same time. So again, we still got a lot of room to grow. Hopefully learn a little bit from this trade recap. Again, I'm just going over how I took this trade. Hopefully you could see that the entire time with my face in the way. I really hope you could have. Because again, I'm probably not going to refilm this. I am tired. I had a long day yesterday. I had a long day today. I want to get this trade recap up to help you guys out there also. And then I want to move on to the rest of the week and see how we can do. So again, hopefully you guys and girls enjoyed this video. This is the trade I ended up taking today. We made around $1,000. Not a lot of money, but again, we're moving slow. There is no problem with moving slow. I don't get why everybody's in such a rush to prove something to people on social media and to overall rush the process and getting payouts and stuff like that. Like, trade smart. Follow your system. Stick to your risk management. I'm going to prove that over time. Follow your rules. Like, there is no rush to do this. Build the capital, build accounts, and then slowly scale up. Like, consistency compounds over time, guys. There is no rush. And once you guys get these accounts past the trailing drawdown, you're making monthly income. You'll be able to request monthly income every single month because you're doing the right things and you built that buffer and you took your time. And I'm going to be the person to prove that this year. I truly believe that. And again, we'll just keep moving forward every single day. So hopefully you learned a little bit from this video. Like and subscribe. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Again, if we don't end up taking a trade tomorrow, I'll get another video up for the trader's roadmap. And yeah, we'll just pretty much keep going from there, keep doing what we're doing. And hopefully we blow up soon on social media too. Who knows? We'll see. Just going to keep doing what we're doing. All right? Peace. Adios.